Software deployment usually has more than one environment, for example, development, staging, and production. Unfortunately, React Native doesn't come up with the solution right out of the box, so we need to come up with one ourselves. For a simple solution, you might want to use Expo or check third-party module like React Native config. It gives you step-by-step to set up environment easily. But for more complex scenario where the difference between environment is not just a list of strings, we just need to do it more manually. So without further ado, let's get started and brace yourself, because this is gonna be a bumpy road, especially if you never do native development before. We will create 3 environments: development, staging, and production. We start with iOS first, then later on Android. Before we start, make sure Yarn iOS or at least Yarn Android is working well. You don't want later to stress out why it's not working. Turns out even the initial project doesn't work. Open your iOS workspace. First, let's make our app to have different name each environment. To do that, open the app plist. Inside it, you will find bundle display name key. This is the one that display on the home screen. Change it to a variable product name so each environment has their own name. Next, click your app project, another app project. Set the default configuration for development. You can name it differently. Then, we create the other configuration for staging and production. Click your app target, then build setting. Search for product name and change it into whatever you like. Search again for identifier. This is the actual ID for your iOS application. Since we want to make a separate application, we need to use a different ID. My convention is to add the configuration name to the last one except for production. To run those configuration, we need to create a new scheme. Click your current scheme, manage schemes, look for your current scheme and rename it to development. Next, create a new scheme for staging, then another scheme for production. Edit the scheme by double-clicking and change the configuration in each list. We usually only use run and archive, but nonetheless, just change everything. Do the same thing with production scheme. Next, we need to update pod file to specify which configuration belong to debug, which configuration belong to release. We also need to add the other debug configuration into these lines. That's quite a lot of lines, so just make a variable for it. Then, find and replace all of it. After that, do pod install again. Try to run those schemes from Xcode. You will see each scheme has its own app on simulator. You can run it from terminal as well by using -- scheme, scheme name, then -- configuration, configuration name. Next, we need to tell React Native which environment the current application used. There are a couple of ways to do it, but the one that I use mostly is by using preprocessor macro. Using this, you can insert conditional logic inside your code. Create a new file named rnconfig. You can name it differently. We will use this as a bridge to our React Native code. There is a section in React Native documentation named Native Modules for iOS. Follow the basic implementation and exporting constant section. We can pass our environment value to JavaScript using these constants. Use preprocessor macro we defined earlier to separate the logic between environment. By doing this, only one condition will be compiled to the binary code. Go back to JavaScript file. Now, you can get the environment value by using native-modules.rnconfig.env and do whatever you want with it. You need to run the app again to see the result. Now, all 3 environments can run in parallel with different value using the same metro bundler. Keep in mind that all your environment code in JavaScript will be included in the final bundle, regardless only one being executed. So if that concerns you, you can put it in the constant instead. Let's move to Android. In Android, it is a lot easier and you don't need to open Android Studio for it. Same as iOS, first we need to make the app name dynamic for each environment. Open Android folder, app, src, main, res, values, strings.xml, and remove the app name. Then, open build.gradle under app folder. If in iOS we need to create 6 configuration, in Android we just need to create 3 configuration called flavor, and Gradle will mix and match for you. Same as iOS, we separate the app ID and app name. That's it. To run, just add dash variant with combination of your flavor and build config. Each flavor will create its own app. Next, we need to create the same rnconfig module. The documentation is under native modules Android. First, we need to create module file, then package file, then register it to main application. I've created the module and package file here. Inside the module, I just do some rename and removing lines from the one in documentation. If you're not sure how, you can just use Android Studio so you get better intel and sense. Because our flavor name already match with our environment name, we can simply pass buildconfig.flavor to the constants. Inside the package, we add our rnconfig module to the list modules. If later you have more than one module, you can rename it to app package or something and put all modules here, so you don't need to create multiple package files. The last one is main application file. Inside it, we register the package into the package list. Rerun the application again. Now you can see the same result for Android. To store another value, simply add another res value inside each flavor and get the value from string resource. That's it for create multiple environment. I know this is ridiculous and too much work, so if you can use simple solution like Expo, good for you. Next, I will talk about how to implement API calls efficiently in React Native. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it out. My name is Verly and I will see you next time.